Yes. Yeah. Good evening, all. So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not, right? Yes. Okay. So in the yesterday session, just I was briefing you about this Azure, right? Azure Data Engineer, right? So advantages of cloud over this on-premises means we need to set up the hardware infrastructure. We need on top of that OS installation, purchasing database license, installing database server, designing the database objects. To maintain all this, again, we require some separate teams like hardware team, operating system team, networking team, security team, database administrators team, right? But here on cloud premises, no need to maintain all this, right? No need to maintain all this. So no need to maintain any infrastructure, right? Here, everything in the cloud environment, everything within the cloud environment. So here data engineer with the help of cloud services will work on the data and make it structured and useful, right? Is going to make it structured and useful. Data engineer is responsible for smooth data flow from the source to destination. So he's going to prepare the data, he's going to clean the data, transforming the data and processing the data. 80% of the data analysis work is done by data engineers. So data scientists, they strategize this for the future. Then they analyze the data, they identify the patterns, recommendations for the future. Data analyst summarizes the past, analyze the data, they summarize the past data and visualizing the data, right? And data engineer does all the groundwork for this data scientist and data analyst. So there is what are the sources of the data? What is the format of the data? How to transform the data and what is the destination, right? This everything taken care by the data engineer. The role of data engineer, right? So data flow architecture design, the flow of the data flow architecture design, data warehouse creation, ETL extract, transform and load, the monitoring of the data and securing the data, right? Just ensuring that there is no data leakage, collaboration, communication with the data scientist and also the business team, and have good knowledge on this analytics and also like automation. Sorry. Yes, I was just briefing you about this data engineering products or services, right? Yes. Azure SQL, Azure Data Lake, Azure Synapse Analytics, Azure Data Factory, Azure Databricks, Azure Cosmos DB, Azure Streaming, and Azure Key Vault. These are the main products of Azure Data Engineering, right? Yes. Azure SQL, right? It is a cloud or DBMS database. It is a cloud or DBMS database of Microsoft in Azure. It is for OLTP, online transactional processing, right? It captures, OLTP captures the end user transactions. It is for data warehouse purpose. It is not for data warehouse, right? Data lake means some distributed file system with unlimited data storage in the cloud, in the cloud, right? That is what Azure Data Lake. HDFS on premises, Azure Data Lake, it's cloud DFS. On premises DFS is what HDFS that we see in Hadoop, and cloud DFS is Azure Data Lake. Is a repository for large varieties of structured, unstructured, and semi-structured data. Data factory means you've got OLTP systems at one side, data warehouse at the other side. It acts as an integration service. Integrates both this OLTP and data warehouse. It is a data integration service, simply like Azure ADF. It's a cloud ETL. It's a cloud ETL, extracting, transforming, and loading. ETL of Microsoft in Azure Cloud Platform. So yes, data comes generally, normal data comes from one side, process data comes from another side, that has to be transformed as per the destination. Databricks, it's a easy, fast Apache Spark based data analytics platform. It's a Apache Spark based data analytics platform. Azure Synapse, it's a cloud data warehouse for for analytics, for batch processing, and for parallel processing. Azure Streaming, capturing and processing high volumes of streaming data from multiple sources. Azure Cosmos DB, right? It's a cloud-based NoSQL database. And Azure Key Vault is a secure key management to protect data in the cloud. Okay. So just I'll provide some. I was discussing about this Azure SQL, Azure Data Lake. More discussion on this side, Azure Data Engineering products. Just have, okay. Okay. More on this Azure Data Lake. See, every cloud storage, if I talk about every cloud storage, provide some benefits. They are going to provide some benefits, right? First thing, unlimited data storage, unlimited data storage. Secondly, supports all varieties of data. Supports all varieties of data. What are the all varieties of data here? Structured data, semi-structured, unstructured. Structured data like DB tables, database tables, Excel files. Unstructured data, right? XML, JSON. They're not fully structured, they're not fully unstructured, right? JSON. Unstructured, raw text, images, videos, all comes as unstructured. And thirdly, some advantages provided by this cloud storage, right? One more, right? Supports all formats of data, right? All formats of data means like .txt, .csv, .tar, .zip format, .gzip, right? All this supports all formats of whatever that .tar, .zip, .gzip. Yes. Can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear? Here, data in files, right? Data in files. If data in files means we cannot set up We cannot set up relationship. We cannot set up the relationship between the files. If data is in tables, if data in tables, right? If data in tables, we can set up relationships. By using primary key, foreign key. I got some files like, assume I got some, for example, I got some files, emp.txt file, dpt.txt file, for example, attendance.txt, salaries.txt. You got some files in this way. We cannot set up relations here. We cannot set up relationships. Between the files. Here we cannot set up relationship between the files. But if we have four tables, we can set up relationship. If we have got some tables, we can set up. For example, I got some tables. Orders, sales transactions, customers, products. Oh, again, someone facing problem. Hope now my audio is fine. I got some four tables. Assume you got, I've taken some four tables in this way. So what is the relationship between the tables? What is the relationship? General, what is the relationship between the tables? Order for what? So you are performing orders. Order of what? Product. Product. This one. Order of what? Product. And here, this product booked for whom? Booked for whom, right? Customer. A customer. Once order confirmed. Once order confirmed as a transaction. It is a transaction. So here, what I'm expecting here. So I'm expecting a cloud RDBMS. A cloud RDBMS. Generally, if you talk cloud RDBMS means previously Azure SQL, it's a cloud RDBMS only, right? But it is not for data, it's not for data warehouse, right? Azure SQL. Now, I'm expecting a cloud RDBMS, that too for data warehouse purpose. That too, I'm expecting parallel processing I'm expecting what? Parallel processing. That is nothing but Azure Synapse Analytics, right? Okay. I'm expecting a cloud RDBMS, that too for our data warehouse. That too, I'm expecting parallel processing, and that is nothing but Azure Synapse. Azure Synapse Analytics. Here, we have a database. Here we have a database called Azure Synapse SQL Pool DB. Azure SQL, Azure Synapse SQL Pool DB. Synapse DB. We select Synapse DB. Okay, I'm asking what is Synapse DB? It's a cloud data warehouse of Azure. It's a cloud data warehouse of Azure. See, when to go for Azure Data Lake, when to go for Azure Data Lake, and when to go for Synapse, when to go for Azure Data Lake, and when to go for Synapse. Both are in the place of data warehouse, DWH. When to go for Azure Synapse? If data is structured, if data is structured, up to now what I discussed, Azure SQL means cloud RDBMS, not for data warehouse. Azure Synapse, cloud RDBMS for data warehouse, for analytics. Azure Data Lake, unlimited data storage in the cloud. It's a distributed file system. So when to go for Azure Data Lake, when to go for Synapse? For Azure Synapse, if data is structured. Azure Data Lake. When to go for Azure Data Lake? If data is unstructured, if data is unstructured and semi-structured. Understood? Azure SQL for normal cloud RDBMS, not for data warehouse. Azure Synapse, Azure Synapse DB for cloud RDBMS for data warehouse purpose. Azure Data Lake, distributed file system with unlimited storage. Azure Data Factory. Azure Data Factory, right? ADF. I take some OLTP systems. Take OLTP systems. If I take data warehouse, OLTP systems and data warehouse. Data warehouse means stores historical data. Now, which one? Up to now, we have discussed three services, right? Azure SQL comes here as OLTP. And here data warehouse. Azure Data Lake we have got. Azure Data Lake. Distributed file system. Azure Synapse. Cloud RDBMS for data warehouse. All right. So what are the other OLTPs like Oracle? SQL Server. SQL Server. MySQL. MongoDB. Azure SQL. Oracle. SQL Server. MySQL. MongoDB. OLTP systems, data warehouse. Okay. ADF doesn't come in this OLTP. Doesn't come in DRDTW. It is not. Some transactions, for example, some transactions happened. They are stored at the OLTP system. Some transactions happened. They are stored at the OLTP side. The transactions I want to extract into data warehouse. The transactions, right, I need to extract into this data warehouse. That is done by ADF. The transactions which are stored in the OLTPs, you want to extract, then ADF required to data warehouse. Extracting data from OLTP systems to data warehouse is done by ADF. So it is not in OLTP, it is not in data warehouse, it is integration service. ADF is a integration service. Integration service between OLTP systems, or between OLTP systems and data warehouse systems. Between OLTP systems and data warehouse systems. ADF, data integration service. So here, all transactions, if you talk about all transactions captured, all transactions captured at OLTP systems. OLTP systems, right? How to bring these transactions? How to bring these transactions? Into warehouse system. How to bring these transactions into warehouse? All transactions happening at this OLTP systems. How to bring these transactions into warehouse system? We have ETL, extract, transform, load, right? By using ETL tools. By using ETL tools. Examples of some ETL tools, right? Informatica, data stage, talent. All these are on-premise. ETL tools. All these are on-premise ETL tools. But I need a ETL on cloud. But I need a ETL on cloud. That is what? ADF. All these are on-premise, but I want a ETL and that is what? ADF. Using ADF, we can connect with cloud databases, non-cloud databases, NoSQL databases. Using ADF, we can connect with the cloud, non-cloud, and NoSQL database. So using ADF, we extract data and pump the data into data lake. Using ADF, we extract data and pump the data into data lake or Synapse, and then perform transformations. Using ADF, we extract data and pump the data into a data lake and then perform transformations. Once the data reaches into data lake, parallel processing will happen. Parallel processing will happen, right? Here our working style. ELT. Our working style is ELT, not ETL. Working style is ELT. Extract, load, transform. Extract, load, transform. Generally here, it is ETL. It is ETL, but our working style will be ELT. Extract, load, transform. ETL, when to go for ETL? For small volumes of data in GBs. ELT. for huge volumes, for huge volumes of data. TBs or petabytes or petabytes. For huge volumes, ETL is bad. Okay, fine. So I was discussing these different Azure products in that the first one, right? Azure SQL, Cloud RDBMS. For what operations? Only for OLTP operations, online transactional processing, OLTP operations. Not for data warehouse. Not for data warehouse. Not for analytics. Not for batch processing. Azure Synapse. Azure Synapse and Azure SQL. It is also cloud or DBMS. It is also for cloud or DBMS. For data warehouse. For analytics. For batch processing. For batch processing. Parallel processing. For analytics, for batch processing, right? User non-interactive applications, we say. User interactive means online processing. Batch processing means without the interference of the user. Most of the banking applications, financial applications are batch. Azure Data Lake. It's a cloud distributed file system. For unlimited data storage. For parallel processing. Azure Data Factory. Cloud ETL. It's what? Cloud ETL. Data integration service. Okay. So Azure SQL, Azure Synapse, Azure Data Lake, Azure Data Factory. This is the four I discussed, right? About this differences between Azure SQL, Synapse, Data Lake, Data Factory. As a Azure Data Factory developer, you are supposed you will be interacting with all these products. So majorly in our course, among these 8 products, we'll be discussing Azure Data. I'll be giving knowledge on all this, but majorly Azure Data Factory, Azure Databricks, Azure Synapse Analytics. Yes. Out of this, we have got a lot of discussion of this Azure Databricks. I said it is Spark based, right? Analytics, Spark based analytics, right? More totally deals with Apache Spark, PySpark, right? Yes. Right. Okay. So just and the remaining products, these things I'll be briefing you about this Azure Databricks, Cosmos DB streaming and keyword in the tomorrow's class. But once you go through this course content, right? Yes. Azure Data, first I'll be dealing with Azure Data Factory, and the top level concepts like pipelines, activities, linked services, data sets, activities, triggers, integration runtime, source control, global parameters, monitoring ADF jobs, data flows, right? ADF, different exercises in this ADF, right? Nearly 50 I'll be discussing, 50 exercises in this ADF. And as we're coming to this Databricks, right? Some knowledge on this Hadoop, big data, Spark, cloud computing, right? Coming to this Azure, Databricks, service Databricks cluster management, types of cluster, Databricks pools, cluster mode, Databricks utilities, Databricks integration with block storage, Azure Data Lake, Gen 2, Azure SQL database, Synapse, Snowflake, Databricks, different working with different file formats, CSV, JSON, Parquet, Excel, XML, ORC, Avro, Databricks batch processing, streaming, Lake, Databricks Lakehouse, workflows in Databricks. Next, Azure Synapse, overview of full Synapse, Azure Synapse Analytics to query data lake, storage account integration with Azure Synapse, Synapse triggers. So these things, deep dive into copy activity in Azure Synapse, data flow, Azure pool introduction in Azure Synapse. So this is what I'll be discussing in brief. So if people who wants only ADF, so like it will be like 1.5 months, and people who wants total like Azure data engineering, right? Azure data engineer, all this entire like ADF, ADB, and Azure Synapse takes nearly 2.5 to 3 months. That fee structure for ADF is 5,000, and that fee structure for AD is 12,000, right? Yes. So, so I said job market also, right? So as the companies are getting registered with Azure, so a lot of it increases the number of opportunities in data engineers, right? Constantly, right? So that too also they have got a huge pay scales. Data engineers have got the highest average salaries, right? One of the top highest paying jobs, data engineer, right? Yes. So we have got many companies hiring these data engineers, even like tech giants like Google, Cognizant, Apple, Walmart, many other, right, offering high paying jobs to this data engineering. So even if you see the salary packages, will be huge packages as compared with other things, other technologies, right? Yes. Yeah. Um, 1 second. So you'll be getting the session videos, each and every session video you'll be getting, right? Soft copy of the notes, clear notes, and a WhatsApp group also will be, you will be having a WhatsApp group for technical discussion, and I'll provide interview questions. So the timings of this first 1 week to 10 days, it will be at 5 p.m. After 10 days, it will be up to the end of the course, it will be at 6 p.m. It starts at 6 p.m. Right? Fine. Any other queries, right? Okay. So more discussion tomorrow also. So tomorrow also, if people can attend the session, more discussion on this, more discussion on this Azure data engineering, right? So from day after tomorrow, the link will be tomorrow you can attend, but from day after tomorrow, the link will be changed. So you are supposed to get enrolled. You can check the course content. You can see in the chart, right? You see in the chart, the course content details is provided. The course content details for ADF, for AD. Yesterday, if you have not attended yesterday's session, right? The yesterday's video is provided there, right? You can see demo video, right? Yesterday, and the payment details and the contact details of the online team. Yes. Fine. Okay. Yes. Okay. So if there are no other queries, right? So I will sign off for now. Meet you tomorrow, same time at 5 o'clock using the same link. Right? Thank you all for your time. Thank you. Meet you tomorrow. Bye.